Salute when you see me. I bought her a CC and that was her purse. Disgusting with...
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs and is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Saints and the Eagles, and it comes your way next.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Let's go!
Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A big play that time on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go,
and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, Dwayne Washington. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 7th season in the league, former #1 overall pick, Jameis Winston. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the save. Fletcher Cox in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returnable here from the 38. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd and 1. And his throw here is incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. Sanders a first down, still going. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Miles Sanders with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Brandon Graham. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. After the sack on first down, Winston. He gets it complete to Harris.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Winston now. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third and short yardage, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like this.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And some room to run now. The 20. Touchdown! touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. On 1st down, Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
164 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. 2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
That's it, baby. We go.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd and 9 now. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
On the return, it's Washington.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 17. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott good with a PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. On the return, it's Washington.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Final play of the half here. Winston. That's complete over the middle to Callaway.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
So we've come upon halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And
nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 70 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. It only took him 2 plays here to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Winston going for the deep ball. And in
Incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A first down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. 2nd down coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. Room here to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles continue to roll. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Fletcher Cox Coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
Notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game. Has been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
There we go, dude.
Second down and 3.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step up.
And they'll try to run the option here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Eagles are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A drive there of just 4 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. On 1st and 10, Winston. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A second down throw for Winston. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Winston now from the 50. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll throw again. Winston. It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on second and long. Winston completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On third down, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. That is caught by Callaway. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Sanders. They find some open field here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. On the return, it's Washington. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Jameis to throw it. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And fights through one man. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a carry for Sanders. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous